How much did you get?
3.
You got 3? Okay, there is a Daystrom Award, which is in the same line, and is more specifically get commonly awarded for breakthroughs in technological firsts, but that's a 4 rep. Yeah, so there is one that I think would have been applicable and maybe even desired since you already have the Cochrane, but it would have required 4 rep.
And on the back of the metal chasers that we have among us, hello everyone, I'm AD Swinger, also known as Corbinian. This is the Electric Metropolis video game tour, and today we're going to be playing another episode of Star Trek Return to the Frontier, as we follow after the adventures, I hope, of the USS Thralic, but it could be of a space jellyfish in 19th century England, but you never know when it comes to this campaign. But I wait with bated breath to turn it over to the GM. Please be very.
And I try to find out why Nurse to Pro is not in the medical division, but at the bottom of the Roll20 stuff.
Huh.
Yeah, and if you're not happy with the Cochrane medal, I can spend it on something else.
No, I
see
the pro in the I am not division. Happy. It is if only you had one more rep, I think there was a better option.
Well.
Not in a you had a bad option, but it just in a it looks good.
Perhaps in the future.
All right. We will go to.
I've got board.
Bridge. So we find the Thralic as you have just finished transmitting new orders to the fleet. Actually, might be a good time to look at where all of them are at.
Oh god.
So you should see the map with what you know so far about the journey you have ahead of you. There's about 220 light years left. And
where are we right now?
You're here.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the right-hand side of the screen. Like, where are we? Okay. We're basically near the start. Okay.
And that's largely because using the archers as scouts, they can cover more ground than you can when they're all working in different places, but they are, with your refitted engines, about 1/10 as fast as you at cruising speed.
Oh god, that's
Uh,
right.
so-
This is what we were doing.
So you and the Tempest have been slowly doing second surveys. And you've just sent out orders for the day, telling each of the archers where they should be headed next. When Incinetel turns around and says, "Commander, I might need some assistance. I have a short beam transmission. It's partially scrambled, I think."
Alright, here, let me... Oh, I have a body double, look at that.
Give me control science difficulty 2, as she's ensured the transmission was received, but some sort of algorithm is going to be needed to clean it up.
Computer science.
Yes.
And we will naturally be plugged into the ship because I can, and we'll give you a threat.
Oh, yeah, I should actually have the correct amount of threat.
Damn, I was hoping that was the correct amount of threat.
Oh my goodness. There are two of them.
Funnily enough, I can't select either of them again.
This being a 3-threat game.
Oh no.
Oh.
Well, that's
How would you do
wacky.
that?
It was going to be 2, but then people started making fun about the 2 bodies.
Well, I didn't need either of those rerolls yet, so hi ship. Well, you didn't complicate. I don't feel like playing with that right now.
Okay.
Actually, I've got 2 rerolls. Fuck it. Do it once. See if you. I can fix it if you fuck up. There we go. We're good. I succeeded.
All right, you can check the information you get for free is located in the mission log for the episode. In fact, I will remove the bit about how we started.
What? It should be 4, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on a diff 2 is 4. Yes.
Okay. From Inverness, stop to Solaris. Position City Delpha. Is that scrambled or is that code?
No. The same algorithm you apply to clean up the other bits still puts out that other bit. So you figure some information has been lost in transmission.
Gotcha. Corrupted.
Yeah, it's corrupted.
Like your dark heart.
Well, we do see Dreadnought, and we know Inverni's not a guy to capitalize things unnecessarily.
Yeah, he'll still push it across to Solaris, but while saying it appears that Commander Inverni has located a Dreadnought, or at least something that should be the size of a Dreadnought, in the City Delta location.
Yeah.
Seemingly unresponsive, but it's difficult to confirm because we've lost a good amount of data from the transmission.
Do I have enough information here, looking at it to understand where Inverni is in relation to us right now? How far away he is?
This does confirm he is where you expect him to be. And that would be 23 light years away.
Okay. And from my knowledge, we have no other immediately pressing matters.
No, nothing. I mean, you have day-to-day tasks. None of them are life and death.
Yep. Then she's going to say, thank you, Commander Ivanov. Given the garbled nature of this transmission and the concerning implications of the word dreadnought in all capitals sent on a short beam transmission, I believe that we should attempt to go to this to the SETI Delta sector immediately. Helm, plot a course, best possible speed. We should be prepared for anything upon entrance.
We've got a few days, so Revere is going to plan to be in main engineering when we get to our destination. That's where he'll be.
All right. Fleet Lieutenant Vorov turns around and says, Commodore, do you want to have the fleet rendezvous, or will it just be us and the Tempest?
Ourselves and the Tempest should be enough. We cannot continue to take the fleet away from the necessary survey duties we are doing.
Reason Con, difficulty 1 to plot that course. Assisted by ship's computers con.
However, Gwen has
Yeah.
decided to ram us into a star.
Yeah, did we lose Griffin?
Yep, sorry, I was distracted.
You're fine.
Looking up Delta names.
Oh, you
Oh, you were
Computers
making
Con.
the sheet. Okay, yep.
Yeah. Okay, Computers Con?
Oh
What?
no, Reason Con, difficulty 1, assisted by computers con.
Reason Con, okay. Navigation?
Yep.
Nope.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Rolled an 18 and a 19 there.
It's okay, Gwen.
I
You don't
will
have to
let
go
you
anywhere.
succeed at complication.
Okay.
As Navigator Shania is double checking your calculations. She says, your path into the system, I think, is a little too aggressive, Lieutenant. Perhaps coming out a bit farther from the star would be appropriate.
All right, we can do that. Making adjustments.
She looks as you are her department head. She tries to
Yeah.
tries to be judicious. We will shift scenes. Real quickly, I'll put it back on the start as I ask for a roll from Commander and Vernie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Where'd I put his sheet? There it is.
We need to know whether in difficult circumstances Commander and Vernie has developed to be a daring commander or a
Coward.
or a more considered captain.
Well, considering his daring's an 8, probably a more considered captain.
All right. Then you have a control command or security, your choice, difficulty 5.
Oh god. His
As
stats
we
never
see
changed for
how
command.
well you handle the problem and before backup arrives.
Okay. Oh god. Yeah, His stats never changed for command.
Oh, I have added 2 directives for everybody else. In Vernie, there is a third directive available for you, but I'm not going to tell you because it would spoil something.
Got you. Okay. Okay, the only thing that I can think of as far as this focuses go is under a command thing would be literally just inspiration to try and keep people encouraged and going. And this is and I don't even know
I
what
would
we're
take it.
necessarily facing. So, yep. Literally
I'll give
throwing
you
that one at
one
the
good
wall.
hint.
Oh yeah, I mean,
has to
I've
do
got
with fencing.
Yeah. I'm sure
That would have
in a
required
manner
clearing,
one
I
could
think.
describe it as that, but I will ideally not have to use learn from failure. This is just a way for you to make threat.
There's
Oh,
good
you
momentum on
can
the
choose
table.
to fail it. I'll let you choose to fail it. That's fine.
No, I think he's got a chance. I'm just gonna have to spend shit to do it. Because command 4 isn't terrible. Technically, I could just make a bunch of momentum first, but he probably wants to use the determination to re-roll rather than. Oh wait. Oh, that score's the same now, so it doesn't really matter. But if he didn't have a focus, I could have done that. Okay, so we'll spend 3 and 3 if that's appropriate, and the rest of the crew does not riot over this. And he has, I believe, nothing particularly fancy. No. That is abysmal, Annie. Thank you. 10,
Fantastic.
12, okay.
Uh,
You be less fantastic. I just
Give
said
me your
determination
rerolls.
to reroll because I was ready for that. I was aware of the chances here. I had a really good roll to start with, and I was like, oh, great. Now's the difficult one. Here's where I roll low. Well, he could use values, or he could use mission directive. Doesn't really matter in his particular case because he's not changing either way, I believe. So, oh, but I could do that.
He could improve
Oh!
from directive spins, but not from reputation.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I feel like calling back to the trouble with Cations, which has under act with confidence, even if you don't feel confident, for superior foe, hide and seek, distress call.
Yes.
Somehow
Yes.
this feels appropriate.
You can use that. It won't let you spend that here, but you'll still have a determination after you resolve this.
It gives him one back on top of being able to use the one now for, act with confidence, even if you don't feel confident, which I think is a rather appropriate one in a situation with an archer class against what seems to be a Dreadnought. We could park in one of their little maintenance bays, probably. Oh.
Possible assistance from the chief of the boat of the Andromeda?
I only get one.
Yeah, because you only have one short.
Because I spent a determination.
Oh, never mind. Oh, I thought you missed it.
Huh? No. We get one momentum because I spent a determination. It's not because I succeeded.
Oh. Oh, right. Sorry. I was so hopeful.
Your optimism has been noted and will be subtracted from something later.
You spent determination for the reroll, not for the original roll, right?
Yes.
Right. That was my confusion.
So you have missed it. It's difficulty 5.
Right.
Yes. No,
You've
I
got 4
currently have
successes.
missed it. Yes.
Okay.
I
that
was
the
so
result?
close yet so far. I don't believe I have anything else to be particularly cheeky with right now. Nope. I said unless the cheeky chief of the boast assist can actually occur, then there is nothing further I can do with that.
The Andromeda can make use of at least 2 supports, but this is a matter of command and tactics. It's not a matter of actually using one of the ship's features. So the ship is
Yeah.
not going to be one of his assists.
No, that's understandable.
But you could use Kafal, Coral, or Al Rahmin, all veteran crew.
I forgot we had Coral. I'm not gonna lie.
Focus on team dynamics, because I'm assisting the CO with his current issue. Getting the ship to work together.
Let me double check.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh well, we tried.
The last thing you could do, if you really wanted to burn everything, you could spend 1 momentum to have someone use Coral or Al Rahman. Other than that, this will be a failure.
Coral, no.
Turned a little Wookiee there.
Well, one of the options was security.
Yeah?
And I'm assuming as an assist, they would be allowed to deviate.
Maybe that's the
Yes.
premise of this episode, is that there's a virus that's making people Wookiees, and Revere was just practicing his roleplay.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
not
down
the
to have
power of the
Coral
episode.
take a shot
That's
at it
actually
for
how
the
Revere
momentum.
talks. The player just can't keep that up.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm naturally biased.
Someone would need to activate them.
Coral? Would someone like
Sure.
to do Coral?
Can do.
Coral that kills people.
I think we might need to be killing
I
people
think,
right now.
I think Coral is the one who kills people, yeah.
Quite famous for
where's-
nearly having a breakdown after trying to keep the previous chief of the boat from killing someone.
Yeah, where's Coral?
Beneath the civilian contingent. There's
Nope, they're under USS Andromeda.
Yeah, I was
Andromeda,
just listing
there we
where the
go.
Andromeda thing was, which is beneath the civilian contingent.
Underneath the...
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Coordination as a focus?
Yes.
Trying to get this crew back together and working. Let's see, Coral. They do not have anything that matters right there. And what was the attribute here?
Control plus command or security.
Cool. Take security. Nope.
Well, at least we tried everything
We're
we
not
could to
rolling
live.
well today, folks.
No,
I
apparently
have,
not.
I have
But
bad.
they'll get upgraded, and everything was exhausted. Nothing was left behind.
That's true.
Reminds me, I should note the Kafal.
Which, appropriate for, I imagine, trying to live.
Well, maybe.
Yeah. Can explain why there's no further messages.
Uh huh.
They all died. That was Kafal's first activation.
Yeah,
Was it?
look at him go.
All right.
Oh man, we were. Oh, you were one off.
Uh-huh.
No. And the fun thing is, it doesn't matter if I had a command 5 or not. I didn't roll anything that was a 5.
Mm-hmm. All right. It takes about Oh, actually, thinking about it, can't do based on y'all. Traveling together, it takes 4.5 days for y'all to get there.
Hmm.
Or it should. You actually come out really far in the system. An impulse a little bit more than you expected to, so it kind of ends up turning into 5 days.
No, my navigator. Been
Hey,
betrayed.
you wanted to like come out literally in the chronosphere of the star.
Yeah, it worked fine before, sometimes. In simulations.
We just need to upgrade the shields. Give me a
Yeah.
minute.
I'm sure with 4 days of travel we could have made it work.
All right. Oh, actually, it would be helpful. See, there's a star in here. But that's all that's free. As y'all come out of warp in the SETI Delta system. So, what do you do?
It's a great question.
Depends what the Commodore decides, I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
wait,
Ivan on
sorry.
here?
Did I speak or was I on mute earlier?
You're on mute.
Oh, was I?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm sorry. When we worked out of the system, sorry, I was eating a slice of pizza. I tried to say, yellow alert, shields up, sensors, scan the system. My bad.
Okay. Well. Yes.
Reason science, difficulty 2, assisted by ship sensor science.
Reasoned science. Plugged in, which will never go wrong, and it has never gone wrong. Sensor operations. One threat.
Hiding in main engineering, where I can do all sorts of fun stuff.
Yep. So we can reroute all the explosions
Oh.
there.
Helping. Nope. Stop helping. Stop.
Oh,
helping.
okay. There it is again. Fuck. Come on.
Good.
That you
Yep.
have rolled 2-1 or yeah, you have rolled 4 times this game under 5 already.
Yeah, but not for the div
It's
5
not on
roll.
Bernie.
For the div 2 rolls.
Yeah, you know,
We're doing great.
when
Reroll
you
the
need
ship
to.
once.
So that is 3 momentum.
Actually, do I even need to reroll the ship? Is that false technically a success?
It probably is
10.
as long as the sensors are at least 7.
The sensors are 8.
Then yes.
Okay, yeah. So never mind.
Yep.
Don't need to reroll that.
One
So
more.
that's 4 successes.
Yep. Well,
So you pick up on the area of the star that has the most intense gravity.
Ah, yes, this is one of those puzzles where you've got to move your mouse through without touching the edges.
And
Or
there's a jump scare. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
There's some
You
red flag in the
detect.
back of the bridge who's playing Minesweeper on something that looks just like this.
You detect a
That man was playing
quite
Galaga.
extensive minefield with 2 separate layers. You detect what looks like 3 planetoids, and it turns out it's actually 3 cracked planets. And there is intense radiation among what's left.
Whoa.
And you detect a very large vessel, and that vessel or something nearby is putting off intense EM interference. You only detect the vessel because of its sheer size, but you're having difficulty reading out anything specific about it.
Okay. Well, fascinating. I believe one of the first questions that would be asked is Andromeda signals ?
You have not detected any.
And that would be my free question. Whoop, I imagine.
Yep.
Let's see. Are these? Well, the mines are something we can actually scan clearly. So I imagine. So are those a known
They're not
make, model, or
cloaked
anything like that?
mines.
Yeah, I was meaning because there was EM interference from this. So it's just we can see these. So I'm not going to ask the question about that. I'm going to ask the question about these. Are they a known make or model? Like, are they a familiar style to us? Or are they
You are detecting they are mines. I'll take the question. I don't have quite the answer you're looking for, but I have a good enough one. I think it'll take a momentum. You can detect from the materials involved that they are mines. Like you can detect the explosives. They are photon mines.
Okay.
But they don't have any transceiver that marks them out to be of a Federation design, and they're not emitting any signals that would mark them out either to be Klingon or Romulan.
I mean,
So
I
to
kind of
identify
assumed they were
them
going to be
more
alien,
than
but I
that
wanted to check.
would require actually getting very close to one, or perhaps even bringing one on board.
Yeah. Double check how this thing's worded again. Yeah. Okay. Do they appear to be maneuvering in any way, or are they stationary?
The large ship,
The mines.
the mines, stationary.
Okay. Just because I
And
need
as
to ask
part
2
of
questions
that,
on specific things.
I will tell you as part of that, since you can tell they're stationary, They do not appear to be self-replicating. As you might pick up on self-replicating mines that have small thrusters to move themselves into position, making minor adjustments occasionally due to gravitational pull. None of these are doing anything like that. So these appear to be photon mines of a similar technological level to Federation mines.
The reason I just asked the second question about those, one, it's relevant, but two, I need to ask about a specific subject to gain the rapid hypothesis. So having a good idea or concept of these mines seems useful to us, given they're everywhere.
Right.
And what does that allow you to do?
I'm allowed to create a trait representing my understanding, theoretical understanding of the subject of those questions. So just getting a better grasp of the minds, or at least what we can, in theory, what he believes, how they function.
Okay, I've updated the scene guide to have the trait SETI Delta system in Dreadnought. And what would you like to add?
I mean, just minefield theory, I guess, would probably be the most straightforward one to lay down about that, because that's what it is. It's theories about the minefield, or a hypothesis about the minefield, and its functionality.
All right, I added the trait minefield theories.
And okay, Captain, I am seeing an extensive minefield laid out across the sector, or this sector of space.
It's system. This is all one system around a single star.
System of space, sector of space. Yeah. They are, as best I can tell at the current time, unknown make or unknown manufacturer. We don't know who make them, but we do know that they should be roughly about the same as what we make in the Federation, barring any future observations. It looks like there's 3 different planets that were in the system that have been cracked. There's like a radiation from them. Though I don't have a proper cause on that yet. The sun, and then there is what I can only imagine to be the Dreadnought, but it is putting out significant amounts of interference. No indication of anything to do with the Andromeda at this time.
Understood. Submit all relevant mine data to Helm. Helm, do not proceed unless you are absolutely certain of the safety of your course. Have you managed to find anything that could be the Andromeda?
No.
No. Concerning.
That.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, you said you did detect the Dreadnought, and I presume that's this thing?
Yes. It's just because of how big it is. It's trying to interfere, which I imagine would make trying to scan it directly rather difficult, but maybe possible.
Very well. Maintain shields. Bring us closer into the system, Helm, and Science continue a lookout for the Andromeda.
Hi, Captain.
All right.
Moving us in.
I'll take that threat for ESP first.
Oh, yes. Go ahead, Sabira. That would be pretty good to know.
I'm imagining Sabira is like
I
somewhere
guess.
else on the ship, semi-aware of what's going on, and then she gets a flash of inspiration. She'll head up to the bridge if she thinks it'll be helpful.
Yeah. The image you get is of like the fine particles of interstellar dust that were the former Andromeda.
You see yourself in a almost medieval-looking steel cage with 4 archaic-looking guards standing around you.
Okay. Sabira will take the lift up to the bridge, and then she doesn't immediately step in because one, the ship's under yellow alert, so my presumption is she would have went somewhere where civilians are supposed to stay out of the way. The crew asks for her. Whoop. Permission to enter the bridge, Commodore?
Permission granted. Have you relevant information?
I had a vision that got sparked not long after Yellow Alert started, so I thought I should alert it to you.
Proceed.
Walk over and hand you a pad as she sketched out what she saw. I have a vision of as if being trapped in this strange cage of steel with guards around me. Whether that's me that I'm perceiving, like us here on the ship, or whoever it is we're here to help.
Revere will speak up for main engineering where he's been following the action. Commodore, suggest we launch a couple of probes. One can kind of run silent and observe while we can, probe with the other one, see if there's a route through the minefield, see how the mines react, and so on.
A wise course of action indeed. Helm, bring us to all stop. Security, get ready to launch a probe.
I'll stop.
With your permission, Commodore, may I view over the shoulder the sensor readouts?
Yeah, she nods her head.
Carefully get out of the command well and way over to over the commander's shoulder.
All right. Ivanov, you're looking at choosing for sensor operation purposes, I will say a zone can be any block of depth 2, so that would be as an example.
We're still on the bridge at the moment.
So, for example, a probe could give accurate information of that size. Otherwise, it's outside of that. It's scanning just as well as you would.
Okay.
Understood.
Lovely. Oh, okay. So
are we choosing where to send the probe?
I mean, one that I imagine's useful is in this vicinity, because then we're catching both the planet debris and a section of the minefield. And also, by it traveling through the minefield, we'll be able to observe how the mines react to the presence of an object of that size, at least.
Agreed.
I do not believe this is a minor. It doesn't require a task.
Yes. It's like a torpedo task or something from security. Isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's actually just a minor.
Oh.
Minor science thing to launch a probe.
Oh, lovely. Good. It was a little bit odd when it was a major security task.
So that's what you want?
Yes.
And were there multiple being sent out?
Yeah, do we want to
Captain
send
said
a second one on a route like this to see how the Dreadnought reacts?
Alright, we'll probably put a second one here, and then we could put a third one,
Sure.
let's say on the outside of their EM interference.
Okay, that sounds good.
Because we can move it later if we need to, I believe.
Mhm.
But a close look at how their EM interference is functioning will give us an idea if we'll just lose contact with the probe.
The only limitation
maybe-
on probes is that they can't go further than long, because there's a talent that lets them go further than that.
Should we maybe rig one to like as a
Okay, and I'm considering zones on a larger scale than combat right now. This is definitely not long range in combat, but at a system level, I would still consider this long range.
Good.
should we maybe rig one of the probes or rig a probe to basically emit an EM signature that mimics a starship in case we want to test anything's reaction to a ship our size or larger?
I was thinking that we want to try to have you or science or whoever rig up a probe to have the output of a ship and then try to send it towards one of the mines to see what happens.
And that could be something you're working on while you send out the original 3.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Unless you want to do all of it at the same time.
No, we can
Nope.
send. Nope.
Revere can work on that.
Sounds good.
All right.
I need to flub some rolls tonight. Come on.
So, to get these first 3, you have 3 Reason Science Diff 2 rolls. Probably want to do them in turn because you're probably going to want to ask questions. That's if we still have Ivanov.
We do have me, yes. Hi,
Okay.
sorry. Somehow I had muted my headset accidentally. I went to scratch my ear.
Okay. There are 3
Yes.
difficulty 2 scans.
Alright. One, Commodore, could you use your ruler anywhere else on the map, please? If you could use your ruler anywhere else on the map, please.
I didn't. Is something appearing? My bad.
Yes, your ruler has remained visible, because that's just a new Roll20 thing that'll sometimes happen to random people. That's great.
I'm not using it. I'll refresh my page.
No, you did use it, and it will remain on screen. That's just for random people. In this case, me.
Yeah.
So I can't see.
Yeah,
It's happened
you'll
to me
have to
before.
if you're seeing it, you're probably the one who has to refresh.
Oh no, the other solution is literally she just uses her ruler in the corner and it'll reset.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay, I can do that.
That's why I said that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't understand. Okay.
I do have the magical solutions. I give you a threat, sensor operations.
Yep.
Yeet.
Which one?
Right one. Far right. Yep.
I believe you still get assisted by the ship.
Okay, so
Because all probes really do is change
range.
the zone where you're scanning from.
Yeah. So let me do this because I can, and I've got 2 of these, so that's a good thing I've got 2 of these. There we go.
Okay, 4 and a diff 2. So
5 on a diff 2. The ship?
2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, sorry, that was your reroll. Okay, yep. 5 on a
Yes.
diff 2, so 3 gained. There is no the basic information you would get I have already shared.
Okay.
So that does not mean you couldn't find out more by asking questions, but I have no additional free info. Like, you already know the basic information.
Yep. Okay, so the mines didn't seem to react to the probe passing by it at this small scale.
Oh, nope, that was something I forgot to entirely consider. Hold on a second.
Well, that might be what the scan is. How are they reacting? Well,
Yeah.
here's the 20 seconds I have before impact, so let me get what I can.
Yeah, because
Here's what the follow-on probe saw.
Yeah, some of the most important scientific work ever is this is the 10 seconds of data we got before it exploded.
So we actually need to find out how difficult it is.
Tip the probe, or?
To get through the minefield.
Oh. Well, yes, that sounds like a good question.
All right, so that is difficulty 0, control con, assisted by computer security, generates no momentum, instead number of successes sets difficulty for the opposed task.
This is where we give Griffin a joystick and control of the probe.
All right.
All right, I heard something about me doing a task. I'm back now.
You
give you a joystick and control of the probe later.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You have been summoned.
I will spend 3 threat. This is not the task to. We're getting to the creation of the field. I have to do some things first.
Yeah.
All right. That was a success. I will spend 1 more threat. The ship.
Man, rolling. Oh my god!
And it only gets 1 of those dice, but yeah. And the direct, because this was directed. 1, 2.
If that was also
3, 4,
a crit,
5.
I was just gonna stand up and walk away.
So that's 5 on a diff 2. There's 3 threat generated. All right, so this is now the test. Control con. Difficulty 0. All right. I will spend 3 threat. Oh, actually, I will take that back. I'll take 2 of that back. All right. Not 2 of it back, 1 of it back. Oh, that was supposed to be control command. That's 1 higher. Would not have changed the result. So the difficulty to move through the minefield is difficulty 4. The probe is not guided by default. That would be something you'd have to arrange for. So I will refund you anything you spent to make that science roll.
I just used a threat.
Okay, I will take that threat away.
Okay, so we need to get the probes there first.
That probe, a mine explodes along its path, and it doesn't directly hit it, but it's close enough to shatter to cover it in shrapnel and destroy the probe. The other 2 fly right through what looks to be a designated entrance and are not obstructed.
Huh, fascinating.
So you can make the rolls for those 2.
Okay, we'll go with this as the obvious entrance, and we will... There's a reason. I mean, if nothing else, I can get a closer look at those, but there might be trail signs. So we'll give you that threat, and we'll just do the 3 roll. Okay, we'll see what the ship does. Or how the ship does. Yeah, ship, you're re-rolling that. Thank you. And I'll re-roll this. Yay!
4 on a diff 2. So for this area, I have already given you the basic information.
Yep. I'd say pre-question is probably a how long has it been since we got that signal? It's been 5
days. 5 days.
So which is probably a long enough time for there to be nothing, but there might be something. Is there any residual trail to indicate the passage of a Federation starship through here.
Impulse wake or anything like that?
Yep.
Warp signature.
Or at least, yeah.
Yes. Very faint. If you had asked anything other than Federation starship, you probably would have got the answer no. But you have such a good understanding of what to look for on Federation specific engines that yes,
Okay.
you can tell that a relatively small Federation vessel. Actually, I'll go as far as to say a small Starfleet vessel, because its engine is larger. There are no civilian ships that use an engine like that.
Okay.
So was that just like proximity detonation, or did it like lock on and blow up?
Proximity.
It did not. It did not move.
Okay. But the probe obviously came where we think came close enough to trigger some sort of proximity detector.
Yes.
What is the power source that powers probes? Like, is it like a small matter-antimatter reactor? Is it like RCS thrusters and a fuel tank? Like, I'm curious to know if that has any relationship to it.
I assume it works like an impulse engine, being that it has a Bussard collector that collects exotic particles and emits them out the back of the ship to push the ship.
Okay.
If suggestion for a question at some point is the radius or of the proximity detection.
Yeah. We'll
not
get
necessarily
that.
Right now. Just on
No.
the list.
Yeah. I just I'm trying to activate my talents, which I can do multiple times. I just need to ask 2 questions about a specific subject to get it.
Heard.
So we've got a wake, impulse wake, and I'm guessing, or is that a question to indicate that it only went in and didn't come out? It's like, is there just a singular wake, or is there multiple wakes, or a looping trail, or something?
Oh no,
like that?
You can't get that
Can't tell.
granular anymore.
Yep. No, I had to try at least. I mean, partly because that does also then tell us that it hasn't left recently. I'm trying to think if there's any Andromeda questions to ask that might still be relevant after this amount of time. Because there's nothing to. I wouldn't imagine if the phasers were fired, there'd be any recollection of that.
Maybe verify that that the energy signature does relate to the Andromeda, because there's plenty of Starfleet vessels. Not all of them are the Andromeda.
If we can verify that through a question on the.
I would tell you. I would push it back and say, ships don't generally travel in this area because of the reason y'all are out here. That it's known that there's some difficulty in traveling the area. The size is roughly equivalent to the Archer, and the Archer was known to be the Andromeda was known to be in this system. So I can't give you a guarantee, but I can say you have information to be
relatively certain.
I would say certain beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yep. No, that's entirely fair. The other thought would be if there are. I mean, we know exactly what the composition of the Archer or the Andromeda specifically is, let alone Archers. Is there any indication of elements that we would expect from the Archer's construction that are in the vicinity, but be that really tiny debris or just a section that may have been worn off or chipped off, not necessarily indicating ship destruction, just anything to indicate potential damages to a ship in this vicinity.
I will take that, and the answer is no.
Okay.
Well, that's good news so far.
Yeah, hypothesis basically Andromeda mystery question mark.
Well, yeah, because we don't see a.
We know it passed through. We know it's not damaged to this point.
And that gap is big enough for any scale ship? Because we're talking interstellar scale?
I wouldn't. Yeah, I would say anything 10 or less. I think a starbase on this map would probably still take up 4. Like, not a starbase. Something like Earth Space Dock would probably take up 4 squares. But much smaller than that, and yes, it could fit through.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The mines might be keeping the Dreadnought in then.
That's just it.
I would accept you spending a question on is the Dreadnought small enough to make it through if you wanted to.
Sure.
Yes, the Dreadnought seems to be roughly scale 7, and this could fit a scale 10.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it looks like it was intended to fit a specific thing through. It's just a clear, clean lane. It doesn't like correlate to the size of a star. Like, it's not a keyhole situation where, hey, if you look at these mines, it looks like a specific type of starship, right? It's just a square
corridor
area.
Yeah,
it's just a corridor.
Passageway. And in this era, scale 7 is basically unheard of. Nothing's that big in any of the known
nothing
empires.
is that big. Yes.
Like,
except for like that's like Starbase size.
Well, starbases are bigger than that.
Yeah, like if you're talking like K7, K7's like scale 9 or something like that. Like no one built ships.
There's nothing that bridges the gap between small starbase and large ship. There's a big gulf still there.
Scale 4, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the Connie's considered big.
You have, the Miranda you have with you is as big as and has a crew larger than a Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
And it is scale 4.
Yeah, so it's a big ship.
Oh. What are we thinking about?
I imagine Revere is salivating.
Mm-hmm.
The next step is if you're done asking questions, you can roll to see what this probe picks up.
Yeah, I was going to say, if we could backtrack to where I was trying to say the creating a theory.
I did.
Okay.
I put Andromeda theories.
Okay, thank you. I just didn't hear a confirmation on it, and my sheet didn't update, so I was taking a look at it.
Oh no, I'm putting them on the scene guide.
Yeah, sorry. I had the scene guide open, and I did reopen it. I just wasn't there yet. I did it too fast. I don't think there are other questions there. Oh, he wanted
proximity range.
The proximity fuse, yes. What is it possible to determine the proximity range?
I will take that as an obtain information off of the earlier probe. Since we're still doing like probe stuff, I'll allow that.
Yep.
I will clarify something as part of this. The detection range is about 50,000 kilometers. And when I said they do not move, I mean they do not have constant small RCSs keeping them in place or moving to fill gaps. Like no mines took the place of the mine that detonated. They do have small impulse engines that do allow them to accelerate fast enough to hit ships. Like a torpedo. I mean, they work like a torpedo, right? I don't mean
yeah.
to indicate that that's excessive. They functionally become a torpedo once you've been detected.
Huh.
Yeah, fair enough.
So it's not a matter of it having a massive payload that detonates and fills a 50,000 K area. It detects you and then starts and then it starts
It basically torpedoes. Yeah.
torpedoes straight at you.
Yeah. Yes.
Which means negating its propulsion may be relevant to negating their attack capacity.
Yep. That, or make them detect each other.
Yeah.
All right.
So wait a minute. So the first one didn't act like that, right? It just exploded nearby, or did it just like zoom into range and blow up?
The obtained information is clarified that it did move to intercept. It did not need to make any extreme maneuvers because the probe could only have made it through if the difficulty of the minefield was 0. On a difficulty 4, like the mine could detect something as far as 50,000 kilometers and then engage in aggressive maneuvers to intercept, but it basically detected the probe on an intercept course already, and just when the probe got within like 50 kilometers, it just slightly moved forward and exploded.
Okay, so
because
basically
the probe was basically walked into it.
So basically, these kind of work like anti-aircraft missiles. They lock on and then get within their explosive damage radius, effective radius, and then blow up.
Yes, I mean you can't think of them like that in mechanic terms. They function like torpedoes if you get too close to them.
Okay.
All right. So in this Reason Science Diff 2.
I believe once more I will be giving you a singular threat.
All right. Three momentum gained.
I could fish. I don't feel like it right now. We've had enough poor luck.
There's no additional basic information available.
Yep. Nature of this EM interference field.
Definitely artificial generation.
Okay, artificial generated from ship.
We'll answer that. Yes, it does not look like an unintentional byproduct. Yeah. It with the frequencies it's filling them and the way it's doing it, it looks intentional.
Okay, is that two separate questions then? Technically, just
no.
Okay,
that's one.
So, deliberate byproduct.
Type of interference may be helpful because the EM interference could be very light in that it just garbles sensor, or it could be so intense that it could actually gum up a computer system.
Yeah. No, that is a good one. Because I was thinking, like, is it intended to just stop communications potentially, or is it intended to blind scans, or is it intended to have or have the potential rather than the intention?
I will answer that by saying it is not intense enough to overcome standard deflector shields.
Okay.
So if there was a computer just open and exposed, that could be interfered with. But if you're assuming whatever is being affected is shielded by standard shields, then it would just blind sensors.
Okay. So communications and sensors would be goofy.
Yes.
But the ship, our ships would be unaffected.
As long as the shields are up.
Yep. Are probes shielded?
No, not by default.
By deflectors, I mean?
Oh, sorry, I've been my threat on the GM layer. Like, you can see it go down, but yeah, it wasn't being pulled out on the screen.
GM can correct me on this, but deflector shields are basic for any spaceship to move around. Otherwise, a random rock could poke a hole in your probe. Just from traveling through space.
You are correct, though I will stipulate you find out it is, in fact, the limit is starship grade, meaning at least small craft. As the probe I spent 2 to create the complication, the probe crosses the threshold and suddenly stops transmitting.
Well, answer
on
that
the bright
question.
side, I got to ask 2 questions
that's
about the EM interference. I did still ask 2 questions before the probe died about the EM interference. Give me another
what do you
theory.
do with that? Okay.
Normally we don't do this many scans, so I don't get that many theories, but actually, never mind. The one thing is that I've entirely missed is that is once per scene. So,
you're losing Andromeda theory.
Yeah.
You have minefield theories. Actually, I will be generous and let you choose. Minefield or Andromeda.
I honestly think Minefield's more the scary thing right now.
Yeah.
All right, that's what you keep.
We can dedicate time to tracking the Andromeda. It's nice to be able to potentially have help avoiding the mines.
Down in engineering, what is Commander Revere and his team trying to cook up?
Coffee.
Well, it sounds like we don't really need the probe that can parade as a ship anymore with what we've learned. Is that right?
Because it doesn't seem to care. It attacks whatever.
Yeah.
A shielded probe, though.
So these aren't strong enough. Like, they're not like our photon torpedo strength. Then they don't. You're saying the shield.
For obtain information, I will allow you to calculate the yield from the scans.
Wait, before you spend that, why do you think they don't hit as hard as photons torpedoes?
I thought someone had said that they wouldn't, that they weren't up to like damaging Federation shields or something. That
was the EM field.
Okay, sorry. I confused that with the mines.
That's what I thought you got. I was like, wait a minute.
I will say, I am not trying to trick you. It may not be that information, but there is information to be gained from. There is something you could learn by calculating the yield.
Yeah, let's look at what damage these things do. Sure, I'll spend a momentum.
7 damage, meaning that you could judge the ship whose weapon systems put them out to be 11 or 12. Because photon torpedoes are 4, and then you add a modifier, just like your ship does, based on the weapons score.
Right.
These have such an intense yield that it must be some kind of dedicated, heavily armed warship.
Photon torpedoes are 3.
Dedicated.
Yeah.
For that calculation to still apply, their weapons rating would be 13 plus.
Let me double check everything I looked at to make sure. Okay, looking.
Tronic or quantum, transphasic would be 4.
Okay, I correct myself. In that I should say that mechanically the attacks work like if you fail the maneuver roll and you get hit by what is essentially a torpedo. Like that's how the roll works.
Okay.
But according to the chart in the technical manual, a photon torpedo, not a photon torpedo, a photon mine specifically, is a chart about mines, is a intensity 4 high yield. The damage rating is 4 on the mine.
Oh, okay.
And that is for photon. Photonic mines are 3.
Okay.
Which I assume photonic torpedoes are 2.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yep. Okay. So I think mines looking at it, just
they punch a tiny bit harder because they're probably just.
The rest of them, I think it is 1 higher.
Which makes sense.
The big thing is that mines cannot be deployed in combat. Like a minefield is a thing you set up beforehand.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, do these do 4 or 7?
They do 7.
Okay, so the ship that laid them must be...
It is a ship that laid them. They are a weapon system on a ship. And that ship must have at least an 11 or 12. It cannot have a 10 or a 13.
In weapons, right?
Yeah.
In weapons, in its weapons score.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Our purpose is at punch.
That. Right. Commodore, those mines have a hefty punch. I'm estimating that the ship that laid them has to be punching in a starbase level. Is that roughly right?
A battleship could be 11 or 12 for weapon system.
I would say during the war, there were some Nimitz classes that met that. Some scale 4 purpose-built battle cruisers that Starfleet had, but there were only a handful of
class, the Dreadnought with 3 nacelles. I
do not. I mean the Nimitz, the one that the Fisher was that y'all rescued. That's what it was built for. It was built. It was a purpose-built battle cruiser.
Right.
But I don't even think the Fisher itself. Sorry, not to interrupt. Go ahead.
It's punching at least in the Nimitz class category.
Do you think that perhaps a very large inactive or semi-active dreadnought in the center of such a swarm could be producing them?
It stands to reason if a dreadnought scale ship, like which you could technically almost call the Nimitz that, but yes, it stands to reason that these would be from a fairly large ship, assuming the ship is a warship.
I find it hard to imagine the reasons of making a ship of that size for reasons other than war.
I mean,
we can also make a reasonable guess that this minefield has been out here for a while by the Andromeda Trail through the gap. That would be a very unlikely coincidence otherwise.
Mm.
So it's been
Agreed.
here for days.
Engineering, are you still working on a probe to send through the gap?
The parameters have changed.
Right. Okay. Then what do we think we should be doing instead?
Hold on, is something else is going to resolve.
Oh, right.
How strange to make elaborate.
A talent was used to make that third dice, the first purchase die, free.
If can make a recommendation to attempt a EM shielding of a probe that can approach.
That sounds like a good idea. Do you think you could work with Revere to create such a thing?
I think I can tolerate his presence long enough to do that, yes. Smile.
A complication was rolled.
Oh boy.
On the bridge.
We
Incinetel says, Commodore, I'm detecting a signal response from Andromeda.
On screen?
She says, it's automated, not intended for us. I believe it's an automated computer query, external automated computer query. Someone is querying the Andromeda for, it's a query to the main computer. ESP species with higher than 1 average ESP ratings. It's a query to the Andromeda from another vessel. And the Andromeda is responding, listing Vulcans, Deltans, several other Federation species, Commodore.
Any commonalities among the species?
ESP.
It seems to have complied with the request. They all are ESP. Individuals of the species are all higher than an ESP rating of 1 on average. Humans are only a 1.
Can we use this information to triangulate Andromeda?
This would be daring engineering assisted by the ship's actually is communications. Sometimes I get confused because communications likes to half be engineering, half be science. Let me double check it.
Yeah, I think we're willing to cooperate on this one.
Mm.
Hey, sometimes the bad guys. I correct myself. Sometimes the misunderstood guys they make mistakes too.
Yeah, like being misunderstood. Yes, they send the misunderstood torpedo.
Is the torpedo itself misunderstood, though?
Its intentions can be
Given its
misunderstood.
origins, yes.
I'm just a bomb whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Musical episode, let's go.
Control engineering daring engineering difficulty 2 assisted by the ship's sensors science.
Okie dokie.
And if you would like, assisted by the scientist, I assume.
This would either happen at the communications console, or I think it could happen in engineering, but that's still an override. Or there was something about using other terminals in engineering, but I don't remember what it was.
Basically, it eliminates the extra cost for override, but it ups the complication by 1. So
Okay,
you not pay
so-
extra to override, but it's a little bit more complex to do it from main engineering.
So someone could activate a TEL, move into a TEL seat, or it could be done from engineering.
What's the difficulty on the task?
2.
2.
Then the Commodore, I haven't made a roll to the session. The Commodore is going to move a TEL out of their seat and make it.
Go for it.
Daring engineering difficulty 2 assisted by ship sensor science.
I think I can handle a Div 2 task.
Can I assist from engineering?
Because there are alternate controls, yes. I will allow that.
Basically just feeding her relevant data or whatever.
I'm not going to have a focus. I'm not going to have a trait. So you know what? One momentum, 3 threat. One momentum, 2 threat.
All right.
Oh, you got it.
There we go.
What are we doing with that complication? Threat or complication?
Oh, it's you. Okay, it's you. Go ahead.
Oops. I think I can use a metal on an assist. So just 2 threat. You only have 22. It's fine.
Now there's 24. So 4 momentum gained. And I will take y'all back to the map.
Yeah, Soloris will say, sir, I was the captain of that vessel for years. I know Inverni's communication style personally. I am most equipped to identify where the ship is.
Goodness, it's right on
If you
top
can't
of it.
read the message and taste coffee, it's not him.
You should be able to see on the map.
Yep.
It's as we figured. So is this I've a ping on the Andromeda, or is this I have used the information from our location and the
Andromeda is busy dumping its data banks of everything it knows about Federation and even near Federation psionic species, and you happened to use those constant transmissions to triangulate.
Okay. Now, can I send a communication to Andromeda from its position now, or is there too much EM interference?
Oh, I also see a question. Are you suggesting that are you asking that from the GM, or are you suggesting someone else ask that?
I'm suggesting that because I'm not part of the role, so I can't spin for that.
Okay. Go ahead, Slurs. What were you asking?
Can I send a communication to Andromeda now that I know where it is, or is there still too much?
I will tell you for free. The interference is such that you do not have any reasonable belief that they would receive it.
Sabira, can you elaborate on what you meant by contact or close range?
Well, we're seeing a relative ping. Either they're docked with it, or essentially being boarded, or being connected through like grapple cables, or they're just sitting within close range, within about 50,000 kilometers.
Yeah. Okay. That's a question. Are they? Can I deduce
the frequency of transmissions suggests that the intended recipient is within contact range, but based on that it's using a transmission, and you can deduct that it's not a direct connection like a cable. They could be tractored or grappled or anything like that, but it's definitely not a data cable between ships like you might do at a star base because they're transmitting. But it is contact range. So in this case, it's like less than 1,000 meters because the Andromeda is pretty small.
Then with this information, she's going to say, I almost called you Inverni. Ivanov, Revere, redouble your efforts to ensure that we can send a probe through there. I have deduced Andromeda's location, and this is now formally a rescue mission.
Aye.
Shall I prepare sick bay?
Yes, of course.
Very well.
Are we not presuming their intentions, Commodore?
I am, and given the circumstances, I do believe it is most logical to deduce there is some level of uncertainty and danger within the situation.
We could try to include in the probe a method of using it as a relay through the EM interference to establish communication. Given the scale of the Andromeda, it may not have been something that they were initially able to overcome.
So we need this probe to be shielded against EM radiation. We think the corridor is big enough to let the probe through.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we don't really have to worry about that. And we need it to function as a relay of some kind for communications. Is that what I'm hearing?
I think so.
So do we want to try to set it up with a laser comms? So direct laser to the Andromeda and direct back to the Thralic? And in which case,
I will say
closer?
that is a speed of light communication and would have significant delays.
Yeah, unless we move way closer.
Mm-hmm. Which we might have to do anyways.
So is there a possible way?
At this scale, I would probably say that each square would represent 30 minutes for a light speed communication.
Okay. So basically, then all we need is one shielded enough to get in, take a look, get back out, and transmit its data before theoretically anybody blows it up.
Yes.
Because all that blew it up was the EM shield. They didn't attack it from what we saw.
It didn't blow up. I don't think.
And I will correct you.
Oh, lost contact. My bad.
You lost contact.
Right.
Yeah, it crossed the line, and the EM interference essentially just blocked us out from communicating with it. It's still
Yeah.
in there, probably.
Oh, I see.
But we're assuming, it needs to go in and take a look and then come back out and where it can transmit. So, I'm going to try and fit it with appropriate EM shielding. And let's go ahead and boost its subspace communications power, if possible, even just a little bit. Like it boost its signal strength.
Control engineering, difficulty 1. And that will have one of those defects. The other or others can be bought with traits.
Okay. Deflector systems to work on the shields.
Yes.
Okay. Difficulty 1. Okay, so I'm doing this in main engineering, which will reduce the difficulty by 1. So, and I will give you 1 threat for a 3rd die in bold, just for safety's sake, and hopefully a bunch of momentum. Not a bunch, but 3.
It's 3 gained. And you have the trait shielded probe.
Okay. Let's spend 2 of those for boosted subspace communications probe.
We'll shorten it to shielded comms probe.
That works.
Any other spins?
Tell you what, let's spin 2 for slim sensor silhouette on the probe. I painted it with radar reflective black paint, so it looks cool.
If that dreadnought is still only able to scan things using radar, then we're definitely in a lot better of a situation than I thought.
Yeah.
You don't know. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good little sneaky probe. Probe is ready, Commodore. Boosted its subspace communication systems, giving it what I think should be effective EM shielding, and to top it off, it should be a lot harder for them to detect than our normal probes.
Okay, security, you may fire the probe when ready.
You mean sensors?
All right.
Is it firing
Reason.
probe security?
I mean, security is probably the one responsible for firing it, like in an actual sense, but there is no role.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it falls under the science terminal. But it is a torpedo tube. So reason science difficulty 2. The shielded trait and the comms trait are currently overcoming the traits that make this impossible.
Okay. We will give you a momentum this time. You've got enough threat, honestly. You know, as much as I'm sure you want more. And I can do essentially the same thing that I've done repeatedly. So, plugged in, And the one and the yeet. Yep, well, I can fix that. I can fix both of those. Okay, thank you, ship. There we go. Okay, that it's fixed at least. Oh my god.
Okay. One momentum gained, and the basic information you do not yet have that I will give for free is that triangulation is correct. You do detect not only by signal but by hull composition USS Andromeda.
Yay!
Yep, just verify
America.
that is the Andromeda's location.
And are we able to use it to communicate with them?
No, because the probe has to go retrieve this information and come back out of the interference to transmit it.
Okay.
Yep. Is there anything related to this that we get for free?
Not for free.
Okay. Well, then I naturally have to.
You
spend
can.
the quest.
I will allow you to ask questions about it, and you can ask questions based in mechanics,
Okay.
and you may
well,
or may not get an answer.
What to ask?
I.e., you can ask about systems or talents or scale or resistance, things like that.
Well, we know scale 7.
Yes. I'll include that in the basic information that's confirmed for free.
Resistance seems good to know.
Sure.
There are some materials you're unfamiliar with that you suspect would help with heat dissipation and explosive impact resistance. But on sheer scale alone, this thing is overbuilt. It looks like it was constructed as a warship meant to take multiple hits and continue fighting effectively. Like, Starfleet doesn't build the kind of redundant hull sections like this. This is something consigned to naval history. This amount of building in massive plating and additional void zones and stuff like that. To answer the question, it has a resistance of 7.
Jesus. All right.
Have we tried hailing it?
That should tell you. I will. Let me double check something real quick. Okay. And I will tell you in the same way I told you about torpedoes, you learning that it has 7 resistance means also know that it has a structure of 11 or 12. Mathematically, it would have to have a resistance of 7.
Dang, okay. This thing's built.
Chunky.
Yeah.
It's the space battleship Leonato.
What
Watch
else
out for the
might
big
you want?
gun.
Okay.
What else might we need to know about it?
Talents, departments it has, armaments.
Yeah.
Yeah, armaments is a good one. Yeah.
Age could also be
Lance.
interesting.
Final Lance.
So I feel like that could tell us something. about it.
Yes, these are all things you could ask about. Science officer, what do you want to ask about?
Okay, so armaments is probably a relevant question. Of concern
I
is
will answer either energy or torpedo.
energy. We can get a good guess at their torpedoes from their mines.
Mm-hmm.
Phaser arrays of intensity 10.
Ooh. Do not like that.
It has something you have yet to encounter. It does not have dedicated turrets, dedicated cannons, anything like that. It seems to have these long emitters made of a similar materials and technologies as your phaser banks, but they seem to have found some way to make a long continuous strip that allows perfect cover of the ship's of the ship. Like they don't have blind zones like you do.
Arrays aren't a thing yet in this. For Federation ships.
No.
Okay.
You could ask about other weapon systems. It's just it would cost additional, and
Yeah.
there are other things you could still ask about as well.
Well, we should probably also ask Andromeda's condition.
Yeah. Because it could be perfectly fine and unhurt, or they could be on death's door.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend 2 threat.
He's like, no, I don't like that question. Bye.
Actually, this should be 4 because I as a reveal. You do not detect any life signs. And as you are looking, because you are not actively looking at what the probe is detecting, you're looking at what the probe detected a few minutes ago as it has come back out of. And on its way out, it detected that some of the phaser arrays were emitting on a low intensity, and Andromeda did not have shields raised, which suggests that the Andromeda is being not attacked but disassembled.
Okay, lovely. There's no life signs. Are there matching biological markers to indicate bodies of the specific species that we know that were aboard the Andromeda?
Life forms.
No.
Okay.
No, you detect the biological mass aboard Andromeda would only account for foodstuffs, and no, that's it.
Yeah.
So
No, I mean,
wait a minute. The life signs, was that just on Andromeda, or was that Andromeda and the Dreadnought?
that was just
Andromeda was the only one asked about.
Okay.
Oh, we can ask about the ship. Yeah, the Dreadnought.
What do you ask?
About well, that would end
What
up
are they
being 2
doing?
separate questions, I imagine. Yeah. What's the answer to this entire riddle?
Right.
Well, the obvious question to make
Just
sure of.
Peeking over the lens, hey, what are they doing over there?
Yeah. Is I imagine we've got the same question of if there is indeed life signs aboard the Dreadnought.
There are, in fact, 28. 4 short of Andromeda's complement.
Either there's
Okay.
28 crew aboard, and none of the Andromeda, or it's automated.
Yeah, which we can verify by checking those life signs against Andromeda crew, I imagine.
How many short did you say that was of the Andromeda crew?
Would you like to
4.
spin the momentum? Andromeda has a crew capacity of 32, and last time fleet was updated, they had no they had no vacancies on the ship.
So 4 less.
Yeah.
So 4 less. And would you like to ask the question about do the life signs match?
I believe it's probably relevant, yeah. Yeah, I'll ask it.
Yes.
Okay.
With the exception of 2 security personnel and 2 engineers, it is an exact match.
Okay, so this implies that the Dreadnought itself is automated in some capacity, if not entirely.
I wonder if the
Do those-
4 missing are from psionic capable species.
That's what I was going to ask too.
Yeah.
I mean, technically I can make 4 more momentum.
Honestly, it might be better if
wait.
I did that.
Didn't
Wait a
realize
second.
we're out. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I can also, let me just... Oh yeah, I can just start a Fleet Medal of Honor 2 bonus momentum, so neither of us has to use...
No, fair enough, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Question?
If the missing persons are of psionically capable species. Or the psionically... The relevant list that they're taking from the Andromeda.
The chief of security is Vulcan. The others were human.
Okay, so 3 humans
So the
and a
answer
Vulcan
is
missing.
not really.
Okay.
Yeah, not really. But a good thing to compare against, like, considering the information we know they're looking for, or that they are presently looking for.
Are any of the remaining crew who are accounted for of an Esper rating higher than 1?
Because not all Vulcans have a high Esper rating.
Yeah,
And some humans do have a higher.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yes, there are 6. People, 3 Vulcans and 3 humans. The humans are like 1.1, 1.2. The Vulcans, much higher than that.
Yeah. Okay. But good to confirm, nevertheless. Okay. Well, that's a variety of information. It's still not strictly enough to determine that the vessel itself has been hostile in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, it has your crew, and it's disassembling one of your
aboard
ships.
it. Yes, the crew's aboard it, and it's disassembling one of the ships. The reason for disassembly might not be hostile. It might be a repair protocol on an ancient vessel that the crew has long since died on. And in the absence of being able to counteract that from aboard their own vessel, and in the prospect that they may lose power to leave their own vessel to a vessel that has atmosphere, the crew is being transferred. Where the missing personnel are, I couldn't say. Pretend this is all with a Russian accent. Like there is justification that could explain.
We can hear
There
that.
is reasoning that there could be personnel on that vessel without there being hostile cause for it.
I believe you mean Wessel, Commander.
I am going to airlock you. No, but there's good enough. Like there is still reasonable doubt as to if this is hostile.
What do you estimate the danger to be at this point for us to close the distance and enter a closer range with them?
If it decides to shoot us, very high. If it doesn't, unknown.
I meant more in regards to the minefield. Do you think we could clear it?
Yes, we can clear it.
Yeah.
And I do have full confidence in Griffin's abilities should it become necessary to take an alternative route out of the minefield.
Very well. Blue alert is navigational hazard, right?
No,
Yeah.
I think
All right.
yellow is still relevant.
But superseded by yellow. Like you'd only
All
do
right,
blue
okay.
if there was no other threat.
Okay.
Like you're landing.
Yeah,
I think
yellow
mine
does
just
everything
counts as
blue
yellow,
does and
not
more.
blue.
Okay. I agree. Yellow is a better color than blue. All right.
Wow,
then-
making some really strong claims here.
Wow. What you got against yellow? Damn.
Yeah.
Why
no,
so
I
colorist?
think yellow's better than blue.
Control,
Yeah. Just
control
wondering how to
con,
take the ship in.
difficulty 0, assisted by ship's engines con is we're just comp checking to make sure you don't actually veer too close to one of the
All right.
one of the areas.
Yeah,
Commodore.
and as you're flying, like Soloris is like 6 inches behind you, just to make sure, like if we explode, she wants to know the moment it happens.
Yeah.
Vulcan micromanagement.
I was going to say, just
Yeah, that sounds like a trait.
yeah, or just
Quick.
doing the just doing the thing that like a dad will do, where they're like they're helping you do it, but every time you do something, they go,
Yeah.
no.
Trait of quick reflexes.
No. What's required here is a steady, consistent hand.
Gotcha.
If you were actually going through one of the minefields, like taking difficulty 4 and going through the minefield, I'd say yes. But here, there is a clean, clear path. You just need to stay the course.
Then either helm operations or navigation is a focus.
Helm operations. For the question in chat, is this using the talent telepathy?
That's the theory, yeah.
Let me
Still
do a little bit of
on
reading.
crewman coral, but those are my stats. Yeah.
Or corralling the ship.
Nah.
Oh.
Hey.
Funny joke.
Oh, I'll let myself out.
Good.
Funny joke.
We don't make those here.
The talent
No,
telepathy does not make any mention of distance, and we definitely have seen Troy do things at space ranges. So I would say the difficulty increases by 1 for each range beyond starship range contact. So close would be, if there is a difficulty, there's not always a difficulty. If there is a difficulty, it would be +1, +2 at medium, +3 at long. And I would probably say impossible always at extreme, regardless of base difficulty. I'd say it's always impossible at extreme.
So that's a telepathic link with something at the edge of a solar system.
Yes. All right. It looks like the ship navigates its way through. Actually, the ships, because currently the Tempest is with you as well.
Oh yeah, they exist.
Oh, are the other archers not with us? I thought that's why it took us so long to
No,
get
they're
here.
Nope.
too slow.
They would have taken much longer. It might have been a month. Because they
Got
had
it.
to travel about the same distance. I think one was even a little bit further. But they max out at warp 6 for cruising. Yeah, and I don't think Solora said on screen if that was the reason she made that decision. She just said that she wasn't waiting.
Go
Her
ahead.
reason given was to not delay our survey duties any further because she's well aware that she's going to have to explain to command that she spent 3 months letting her engineer delay the whole thing to make his latest doohickey.
Doohickey? You mean a massive
Revolutionizing warp.
technological advance?
Yes,
you tell the
doohickey.
Admiralty that, and anyways,
Yeah, sorry. Soloris misspoke. I think she meant thingamabob.
Yeah.
It does the job.
See, your problem is you're
So,
talking to the
anyways,
wrong Admiralty. You got to talk to the Corps of Engineers.
Y'all are through. No, there has not been a hostile reaction as of yet.
are we within close enough range now that we can hail Andromeda?
There's the point.
There's
You
no
were
one on it.
you could have hailed Andromeda out. It's just they couldn't receive it because of the EM field.
Sorry. Are we close enough now that they can receive hail? Is what I was getting
No,
at. Is it
because they're
okay?
still in the EM field.
And
Okay.
there's
Your distance
also
was
no
not
one
a.
aboard the ship.
Okay.
There's also no one aboard the ship.
My bad.
But complication. Everyone can give me fitness command difficulty 2.
That's a weird one.
We're about to get psionically whammied.
No.
That is likely. So anyone who has any reason to suggest defenses against psionics should speak.
Composure focus.
Go ahead.
Yes, composure would apply.
Headstrong trait?
Yes, it will apply.
Your head is quite strong.
My head strong.
You are feeling influenced to do something or make a certain decision, and so headstrong will help you stay the course.
Oh god, it's gonna tell you drive into the mines.
I could trade a Vulcan. Like maybe that cuts both ways and doesn't matter.
No, but mental discipline, I think, might apply. Isn't that the one that allows you to suppress something emotional?
Yes. You can spend 2 stress to avoid suffering any emotional state. And yeah, I do have some aspirating considering I have
Okay. If you fail this task, that would be you could do that. Right now, the trait to suppress doesn't exist because you haven't failed.
There's nothing to suppress yet.
You could also just choose to fail and then spend those 2.
What's the difficulty of the
you might
task
be
we're
able to
making?
succeed and not have to spend
2.
2.
Okay. And what am I rolling?
Dice.
I heard fitness command.
Fitness command. All right.
Y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah, people
Yes.
just have bad memory in this table.
No,
Okay.
No, that's everyone at the table, not just you.
True.
That's been true
Okay.
for years. This table cannot remember rolls. Never has.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
I like to ask for clarification before the dice hit the table. All right. 1 momentum and 2 threat. There we go.
Yeah, but people remember things, write things down.
All right. 2 momentum gained.
Yeah, but not dice rolls. Come on, I write plenty of things down, but not what individual dice rolls are.
In order
we're
to move
doing
along, we'll
great.
go by rank and say Ivanov. Roll.
We've only been
I'm
playing
so
this
goofed,
game.
boys.
I've only been playing this game for like 7 years now.
Yeah, we've watched you grow up.
I mean, you're assuming growth.
Fair.
Yeah. Okay, Fitness
God,
8, Command 3, I have this.
God, guys.
Ending 3, you say?
You're just saying, like, yeah, do that?
Oh, no, I
Is
thought
that
that's what you were saying. I thought that's what you were saying.
No, I have a command score of 3 and a
Oh.
fitness of 8.
That's...
It's
Not-
better than me.
I see.
It could be
It's-
worse.
The
could be
same net
worse.
score as me.
Oh, wait a second.
It's
Haha!
only diff 2.
I give you a momentum. It's a science roll.
There you go. And you get a focus.
Oh.
And you get a focus.
Oh, that's stupid, but I love it.
I
technical
will
expertise doesn't
actually change the attribute on that to control. Because I have a justification for how you made it science. Basically,
okay.
you'll quickly move over to the console and you know a way to alter the shields to help. It's only relevant to you specifically because it depends on you're not advanced enough to know how to generally shield from psionic activity, but if you know a
that'll happen
specific
later.
person's neural pattern, you can do it for one person.
Oh.
So that's how we'll justify it.
Yeah, and that's actually very easy to know his own neural pattern, given he has a neural interface, which,
Oh, yeah.
if I'm modifying
Yeah.
chip stuff, I
Feed my
can
brain and
use.
protect me.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give a momentum. We'll leave some for other people. I'll give you a threat, and I'll roll 3, and we'll do it like this. And yeah, that depends entirely if I can actually use neural interface. If I can, and re-roll that or not.
Yes, we have justified it.
I'm imagining we're not counting the ships assisting in this particular case due to the nature of it, but
Computer science? Computer's medicine?
Yes, because I'm considering this. I'm considering this similar to a modulate shields task. So we'll
okay.
check.
I mean,
Wow, this went
I
from
could-
something I was bad at.
I could actually modulate the shields.
The justification is that he can do it to
that's
specific.
that's what I was saying. You can't do it for more than one neural pattern. You don't have the technology to do it
Gotcha.
in a generic enough way. It actually doesn't have a role. Normally, modulate shields doesn't.
I'm fine with leaving it as a no ship assist
But
because
a
it's,
roll was required here. So yeah, I'm not gonna give ship assist. So
Oh, another 2, sorry.
3 momentum gained.
Yeah, no. Congratulations! I made momentum for other people. I thought I wouldn't. Here we are.
Yeah.
Revere.
Okay, I'm going to take a swing for the skies here. Trust your friend of Solaris. She's taught me some basic mental techniques here and there.
I do not believe we have ever seen the two characters use mind melding.
Fair enough. It was worth a shot.
And most of what she knows is based on her brain. If she was a Kolinar master, if she had Kolinar, I'd probably take that. Or if you had a trait related to CN. But Solaris herself is not known as any better than a well-trained folk. Like, she's not a teacher of this kind of stuff.
No, I knew it was a long shot, but it was worth taking the shot. Okay. Just to get an applicable focus, I'm going to give you a momentum and do the reading to make it a science roll.
Oh, actually, one of your traits is going to hurt you here. Persuasive is going to hurt you.
Wait, is going to hurt me. Okay.
Actually, I take that back. Persuasive is going to increase your complication range. It's not making it more difficult, but if you fail, it will make it worse.
Okay. So how much does it increase my range
Oh,
by?
I can't miss it. It increases 2 to a complication range of 3.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to make it a science roll with did the reading. Do you want me to switch over to control as well in this case?
No, because both of you can't be doing this modifying the shields. So
I see.
you're gonna have to be using some you've read about. As you feel something trying to change your mind, you focus on a technique you've been taught for mental discipline.
Okay.
I knew that optional course on sonic centering was going to be useful when you left the academy.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a bird course, why not, right? But
Okay.
One too many ensigns have gone down to a planet where a strange slug told them, "I am your king, do what I tell you," and believed it, that a course was required to be taught.
We're looking at Diff 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so I will give you a momentum for a third die.
Boop, boop. I said boop.
Okay, I will use a metal Legion of Honor to ignore the comp.
All right. 2 momentum gained. Doctor, you're next.
Yerp. How much do we have
5.
for momentum? Wow.
Talk about having a focus coming in real handy.
Yeah. I'm gonna spend 3 because this is not a
2,
particularly
3.
great stat for me.
Got it.
Those 2 I rolled were both one off from being the 2 I rolled that got zeros were one off from being hits, and the 2 that were hits were one off from being crits.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way the game goes, I guess.
I will take it.
All right. Griffin.
I guess I'm glad we failed all of the sensor rolls in the beginning. Then we started whiffing tasks like this.
Yeah. All right. So the traits
brought it
of
down to
headstrong, Diff 1. Okay. Don't think quantum awareness does anything here. That would be weird if it did.
No, it does not.
Cool. Whenever something's weird is happening, I feel like I have to check that one though. I don't think I have a focus here. Unless you take survival?
Nope.
Cool. Then I will spend a 1 threat and 2 momentum to roll 4. Unless we have someone else who's going to be really bad at this coming up.
I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
Okay. Cool.
Actually, I will indicate that I'm probably going to spend to create a complication that will be different for Sabira because she is psionic. None of the rest of you have been particularly psionic. So it might end up being a different
green
thing.
lady.
All right. Generate 1 momentum back.
Ba-ba-ba. Hey, GM, what you up to?
I offer one. I offer ESP.
I'll take it.
So as you look around the bridge, seeing some looks of confusion among the crew, you see yourself sitting on the bridge of your former ship, and remember the moment you hit the barrier.
Huh.
Oh, is that what happened to you?
Okay.
So you have the opportunity to suggest a single task roll before you get the task roll everyone else had.
How do you mean?
I will allow you to make one task roll, whatever kind of task roll you want to make. It could be anything you want to do. You can take whatever information you got from ESP and try to figure out what you should do. But even if you can't, you could do some other. I mean, you could fire the ship's weapons. You could write a song. You could do literally anything you wanted. You have one task roll before I make you roll what everybody else did. It's up to you to determine from ESP or some other source what you should do.
The weight of choice weighs him down.
Yeah.
I am going to.
It doesn't say ESP is useful.
I mean, yeah, that was my experience with it.
I am going to spend for my merchant ability to get an unusual item.
All right.
Which it may be something that's obtained. That's through. Yeah, no. Basically, a
It's not normally
device
available to Starfleet crew yet.
So you get a threat because of if you prove it. I would like to have some sort of a sensing device that helps me read psionic signals in detail. Some sort of Vulcan specialty device or outer extra federational device. Basically, a specialized transporter for psionic events.
I will take that. You have a personal
It's kind of why I
You
became a
have
scientist.
Vulcan psionic survey scanner. It's personal, about the size of a tricorder, and only really issued to long-term deep space Vulcan science missions. In fact, now that Starfleet's taking over most of their responsibilities, these aren't really even being made anymore.
Mm-hmm. I owe you a threat, I believe, since it's an odd item.
I took it. I took it already.
So the idea is I'm going to take out that device.
Or is it the collector's item? Sorry, go ahead.
I'm going to take out that item and I'm going to begin scanning the area for because I get that feeling that everyone's being hit with a wave, and I'm about to be hit by a wave of psionic energy. I'm going to start scanning for it.
Reason science difficulty 2.
Sensor operations.
Yes. You could also use your EPS expert focus.
Esoteric power sources. I will 100% use my expertise. Bonus momentum for that. I will spend a momentum. Buy a die.
Okay.
I did. Generate a bonus momentum because I'm an expert.
Your free information is Actually, it'll be easier to show you here.
Really? Okay. That's worrying.
You are actually now. You are passing through the very edge of a massive multi-sector bubble centered around the system. Actually, it's not centered around the system you're going to, but it is centered around a place that can't be too far from where you're headed. And it is a perfect sphere around that area. And it is similar but not identical to the galactic barrier.
Okay. Can I detect what it's trying to do?
Yes, I will take that for momentum. You're actually not about to be subjected to the worst of it because it seems to be keeping people from going the other direction. You're headed into the sphere. It seems that its intent is to keep people from leaving the sphere. You actually imagine if y'all try to turn back, wrong thing.
But it's not actually centered on the Dreadnought,
Coming from somewhere further away. It's too big.
but not too far away. Okay.
That's roughly the line. That's roughly
Okay.
the line.
Okay.
How it intersects with this system. If you try to cross back across that line, it could be extremely difficult on psionic members of the crew members with Esper ratings higher than 1.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be my free information because I don't have any. I just got the one freebie for being an expert. Now I'm gonna roll to resist being gayest to stay here.
Fitness, command, difficulty 2.
I'm going to give you 6 threat. Full mit.
Yeah, don't want to get geshed.
Could I argue for a focus in crisis management? Because I now have information, and I know I need to focus and not lose track of objectively what we need to do. Otherwise, I can't help other people on this ship. I have something to focus on that keeps my brain from being jumbled. Because I know what's coming. I know what's going to hit me, so I'm kind of bracing myself for it by focusing on something.
No, I would take that to actually do those, actually help other people, inform other people.
That's
but
after the fact.
To keep, yes, that would still fall under composure, I think.
Worth the ask. Well, I made it.
Anything to do with that comp?
Also for a complication. I won't add to threat. I've already added too much.
Okay, you succeed, so 1 momentum gained. But you can take 2 stress or become unconscious.
I'll suffer the 2 now.
All right. On the bridge.
Those aren't there.
You make it across. you continue forward. Most of you have a odd feeling. Ivanov, your odd feeling prompts you to quizzically alter the shield configuration, and then the sense goes away, confirming to you that it was psionic in nature. And then the navigator swings around in her chair and says, "Commodore, we have to turn around. There's a danger ahead."
I'm aware
There's a look of
there's
confusion
danger
on her
ahead.
face.
I'm aware there's danger ahead, Navigator. Continue on present course.
Commodore, I have something to report to you when you're available.
The Fleet Lieutenant Vorov says, "Commodore, there is an large navigational hazard ahead. We have to turn the ship around."
Commodore, they're suffering a psionic event. They need medical assistance.
I can make a confirmation on that from my observations, Commodore.
Understood. Do either of you know how to cure such an illness?
Unconsciousness helps, but beyond that, I can't say. We've passed through a shield similar to a galactic barrier. It's probably affected anyone with any sense of psionics aboard the ship.
So what you're saying is
And
phasers.
presumably the doctor's down in sick bay because that's where he said he was going to be.
I mean, you have seen and noticed something very similar in med, like you've had people coming in or something, and like Nurse to Pro keeps trying to tell you we should turn around, which you're not the ship's commander or its navigator. It's not really your responsibility. So you're unsure at first why Nurse to Pro keeps telling you this.
I'm sorry. We should be. Yeah. The doctor comes up. Bridge, this is Dr. Tweer.
Yes, we are experiencing the same unusual medical event you are experiencing.
I see.
Do you have any experience in your medical training on the treatment of such a I almost said psychological, such a psychic-born illness?
Actually, wait, didn't I do the thing with the Cation disease?
Yes, you specifically already know how to formulate a medication that suppresses Esper abilities.
While I'm no expert in the emergent field of psionic research, during our interactions with that particular psionic disease on Kate, I became quite adept at formulating anti-psionic medication.
Very well.
I'm a little rusty, but I'm sure I can whip something up.
I don't know how much time we have for rust. Produce and administer as much as possible. We must restore the crew to their sanity.
Understood.
What's the doctor's chosen delivery method?
Phasers.
Phasers.
Trank guns.
Environmental system?
I mean, that's more sane.
It is a possibility.
Who wants sane solutions, though? Really?
No one on this crew, clearly.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean, I wasn't here for that particular episode. Does this affect normies? I mean, will putting it in the air have any side effects for
Okay,
non-psionics?
No, so what it did is there was the disease on Kate made Kate like drastically increased the average case student's Esper rating.
Right.
The medicine y'all interacted suppressed that increase.
Okay.
So that's what it would do. It would lower your Esper. It would lower anyone who's interacted with it Esper rating. I mean, even if
Okay.
your Esper rating is 1, it could still be lowered.
Right. No, I was just wondering if there was any side effects or anything that might make putting it through the environmental system shipwide contraindicated.
That would be handled by the difficulty and complication range on the doctor's tasks if he decides to do that.
Would that be the ordered dispersal method?
No, I think the Commodore left it up to what you think is right.
Oh, okay.
So I was
Yeah,
asking
yeah,
what you think is right.
I
Right.
delegate.
What
far
was
far
that?
be it for us to expect a Commodore who does something other than just tells people to do things.
You people are
I
just
can't-
mean.
I scanned for the message, okay?
Yeah, I believe it could be aerosolized and then fed into the environmental system.
Is that what you want to attempt to do?
I will give it a go.
Control medicine, difficulty 3, complication range of 5, because it was originally intended for a very specific issue related to cations, and so you have to modify it on the go.
Yeah. Chemistry
I-
focus.
Yes.
Can Revere assist with engineering since you're dealing with an environmental system?
No, the environmental systems aren't making this any difficult. Like, the environmental systems are fully operational.
Yeah, this is me. This is me having to modify the actual chemical compound.
Fair enough.
Although
I don't. Can equipment be bought? Is equipment an immediate spend?
Not sure.
I'm looking.
Well, environment suit's only. Oh, it's opportunity 2. That's why you're asking. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
and what do we have for momentum?
1, but I would like to be omitted from your treatment. So I'm trying to put on an Eva suit so you don't have to work around me too much.
Mm,
You could put on a rebreather, perhaps, instead of an Eva suit.
Opportunities and immediate momentum spend.
Yes. So yes, you could give me a threat in place of momentum if needed to do that.
'cause I would like to have that momentum.
Would. Nah, I won't risk it. Yeah, I'll give you 2 threat and I'll put on an Eva suit.
All right. Doctor, you may continue.
Spending momentum for a third die. Here we go.
You have a lot of talents. Did you
Oh,
double
yeah,
check
that's
which
right.
ones apply?
Renowned physician 2.
Would have brought down the difficulty to 1.
Okay. In which case, I have cautious medicine. I'm gonna reroll one of those. There we go. And I am, because I really do not want this to go south, I am going to spend my Legion of Honor, quash the complication.
You realize quick study would have made this a difficulty 2, complication 0.
Oh,
You're always asking to use quick study when you're learning about something. And this is the one time you didn't have to learn, you just had to do, and you forgot to ask.
Forgot to ask. I am look.
So that
I am
20, the second 20 was an actual 20, so quick study retroactively isn't going to help. You'd still have to Legion of Honor.
well. If I re-roll the 20,
You didn't state, so I'm not going to be that fair. Because you
okay,
did have
that
2
is.
complications.
Yep, that's reasonable. I will.
Reroll Legion of Honor
I
like you were
will-
intending.
Yeah, I will use my Legion
Okay.
of Honor.
So
Cool.
you
or,
gain
yeah.
3 momentum.
Oh, 3
Cool.
And everybody is able to return to their normal thought process, and any psionic talents or traits are now ineffective. With the exception of the one person who saw that coming.
I'm like, no,
And
no,
who
I'm
it
familiar.
mattered to.
I know what that drug does. No, thank you.
All right. That brings us back to y'all having approached the Dreadnought.
GM,
And I will move us forward a scene.
GM question. So my scan, if I had succumbed to it, it was going to try to keep me from leaving, right?
No.
It was going to make me leave.
You weren't. So from your scan, you deduce the purpose is to keep someone from leaving.
Okay.
But you were passing into it, so it was trying. You felt a need to leave, or else, right?
Oh, there's an instinctual danger of if I keep going, I'm not going to be able
Yes.
to leave. Okay.
It seems that it also is attempting to keep people who shouldn't be in out. But it doesn't. It is not as intense. Like trying to go back out will be very difficult for someone like you. You got a brief warning, a brief difficulty trying to come in, but nowhere near as intense as it would be to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Okay. That's what I wanted to make. That's why I wanted to clarify. That's
Okay. With the crew returned to psychic normalcy, I will attempt to. I will order comms to hail the ship, hail the Dreadnought.
I was about to say that is something up until this point you were not capable of doing because of the M field, but something is happening. The AM field is no longer active.
Yeah, I looked at the map and I saw there wasn't the blue line anymore.
I literally had just turned it off, so I didn't know that you had time to notice.
I mean, the other thing I was going to say was scan, and I figured this is more likely to produce a result.
Insight, not insight. Comms will do that. It is free, so you do not have to activate someone if you do not wish to.
We don't have to.
No response is received.
Science, can you scan the Dreadnought, see if the Andromeda's crew is aboard?
We've already determined that they are.
Yes, but can you locate them aboard the ship?
Oh, you want specific location? Okay, that is different matter. Yes.
Ivanov is confident he could not do that at this range. That is a close range thing.
That is a different matter. Yes, I can't do it from here.
Yeah, he
Yeah. All right.
he can't get any at this distance. He couldn't get any more accurate than they are in that square.
They are on that ship. Okay.
Commodore.
Okay, we're gonna need to go down with tricorders. Cool.
Go ahead, Sabi.
2 points. One, we may wish to warn the Tempest to inoculate themselves the same way we did. They may be suffering from our plight as well. Secondarily, I believe that if I work with Master Cien, I may be able to temporarily try to reach out telepathically to persons on the ship and try to contact the crew that way.
Prompts inform the Tempest of our solution and transmit any relevant data to aid them and such.
You will get back an acknowledgement, but they have already handled it because the person you selected for captain was they were serving with y'all at the time and is a PhD in biotechnology. So they are fully aware of what advances the doctor has made and know personally how to implement them. So any other captain probably would have needed that help, but he is perfectly. He arrived at the same solution you and the doctor did.
And you doubt my powers of delegation.
Yeah, I applaud them.
So, okay. So in that case, yes, you can go speak to my wife if you believe you can communicate with them.
Can I get a verification to range? I need to be closer is better for a telepathic connection, but we're good where we are.
Helm, bring the ship in closer. Science and Sabira, once we're in close, you may do your previous orders.
Sabira nods and heads down to find Cien.
All right. What else is anyone doing on the bridge? Or who is not crossing the length of the ship?
Orders, Captain?
Bring the ship in closer.
Yes, ma'am.
I think the doctor would, even though we synthesized this aerosolized version, I would still like to synthesize enough suppressant for to fill a bunch of hypo sprays with. We might need to inoculate the crew of the
for the 2
Andromeda
momentum on the
when we go
table,
over there.
you could do that. Or for 2 momentum, you could do that.
If you guys don't mind.
It's fine by me.
Because we might have to inoculate them when we get over there.
Arguably, it could be 2 threat instead of the 2 momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have something for post that all being done, just in terms of as we move.
Say that again.
Oh, I've got something for after these rolls. For their inoculations and whatnot. Or did they not
There's
have to
no
roll
roll.
to put stuff in a... Right, okay, I'm sorry. Just given we've passed through it, so we're basically just a scientific analysis or a sensor data analysis of this supposed barrier, because that's a thing now, apparently.
Has Sabira shared the information?
She mentioned something about a barrier.
Or she had kept any of that information to herself?
She would feed, once she had a free moment, she would feed it into the computer as part of her report, so.
Okay,
And-
then I will tell you for free, Ivanov. You do not have a sensor system designed with esoteric power in mind, so your scans would not show anything more like you might glean some information. None of it would be as accurate as what Saburo has already shared, and what little you do get will support her conclusion.
I mean that's still useful to add to her
Yeah.
in the sense of there's nothing that can be done from this end of things due to the nature of blah blah blah. Helps rule things out for her. So
Yeah.
there's that.
All right, the ship impulse is a little bit closer.
Uh-oh. I like that move.
All right. How do you plan to get Cian's help, as neither of you are telepathic?
I'm basically having is she capable of mind melding?
Yes. Though that is a pretty intimate thing, and it would require a persuasion.
I will cash in my favor with her.
And it would require Soloris not be opposed.
Of course not. We have more important matters than propriety now.
Thus, my first
Then yes,
stage of
she
stealing your
can.
wife started. I mean, what? Sorry. Yeah, I can start.
I was gonna say, man.
Solaris nearly had a leg chopped off and be disemboweled. I think you better have your Lirpa skills on point if you're going to challenge Solaris.
Yeah. Me and my wife saw you from across the bar. Can you mind meld her while I watch
We like your vibe.
So I'm gonna spend toward the value. The void reveals, your mind understands. In the sense that I imagine the psionics that were pulled through that barrier have suffered something, and this is probably the best way I think I can not only communicate with them, but also maybe be able to help them psychically as well through the connection. And also that's why I need her, Sane's help, because I'm not a trained psychic. I need her to kind of back me up mentally, so I'm not just wandering around as a amateur scion.
Look,
She can only help you if something goes wrong.
Yeah, which is, hey, that's better than what I had without her. That value is to buy the ability to be telepathic.
I will allow it.
And I will reach out. Well, actually, telepathically, I.
The only person who is particularly nearby, you cannot sense their emotions or their surface thoughts because they are a Kolinar master.
Oh, yes. I will reach out to the other ship, trying to sense one of the empaths or telepaths over on the alien vessel.
There are no known empaths or telepaths serving on Andromeda. But you could try to And the people who have high ESPR ratings are Vulcans, which would actually make this more difficult. So you're probably looking for Inverni or another human. Because they're not particularly going to be able to help you make this connection, but they're not naturally resistant to this connection.
Okay. Whoever's door I can knock on.
As far as named characters, you have 4.
I'll go with the CO if I can get to him in Bernie.
All right. We're going to put the difficulty at 2 for base. We're going to say you are at a medium range for our purposes. So a difficulty of 4. We're going to say this situation is stressful, so we're going to increase it to 5. But the target is not particularly resistant, and there aren't particularly many people. Because the Andromeda has a small crew, and Inverni is a human.
Mm-hmm.
So it is theoretically possible at diff 5. You are so far outside your wheelhouse or anyone's wheelhouse that I am going to create a complication. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Of intensity 4 to raise your comp range to 5. That you feel a hostile presence, but you cannot pinpoint it. You know, if something goes wrong, there will be consequences.
Mm-hmm.
So that is your check. Difficulty 5, resistance. Or difficulty 5, complication 5. I will say that CN can help lower the comp range or ignore the first comp, your choice of how you would prefer to use them. So either lower it down to 4 or ignore the first one.
I'll ignore the first one. That's more...
Okay.
The chances are high, but... I'm assuming something like Presence Command to reach out? Presence Science would be ideal,
yes.
but
Yes.
Presence Command sounds like it makes...
Presence Command.
Oh, this is such a reach. This is such a long shot. Sabirada Doctor.
What was that?
Hi, I have a question for you. That drug of yours that
Yes.
suppresses psionics,
Yes.
is there a way you could invert it and temporarily augment someone?
Hmm.
In effect, Doctor, what you have to do that you would not have to invent and take months of research to complete is a complete medical description and readout of a Romulan weapon that does just that.
You can give her the virus from Kate. You can just give it to her. Just infect her on purpose.
Oh, jeez.
Do it.
Yeah, that's not going to be a thing. That's not going to be a
Are
thing.
you-
There's no way.
I'm sorry, what? Are you insane?
The captain's not even involved in this right now, but that was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
No sense of adventure amongst this crew.
Hey, I'm willing to do what it takes.
There is something that I have among my medical expertise that could do the job. However, its administration would be highly unethical.
Why is it unethical?
Uh,
Developed by Nazis.
It is a sample of a custom engineered bioweapon developed by the Romulans.
Do you have a capacity
I
to
only
cure
have-
me of it? Of its effects?
He points at the hypo spray of the chemical that that you did not want to be subjected to earlier.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, that's
It is
convenient.
that.
Well, I believe you've informed me of the risks of the treatment, and I believe, and I would suggest to you, that this is a secure method to contact the commanding officer of the Andromeda. I am willing to take on this risk, given that you're a medical expert, and we're also in the company of a Kolinar master. And at this moment, I am reaching into a very dangerous realm of psionics that I'm very inexperienced with, and any assistance will make this more likely as not to succeed.
Sabira will, no, Sabira, Sien will look at you and say, I am sorry, Sabira, but I will not consent to being in the presence or connected to this weapon.
Okay. Then
You
I
may
will
continue
need-
on your own, but she won't mind meld with you if you do this.
That is your choice to make. I obviously can't compel you, and it's not ethical for me to, but with your assistance, Doctor, this can make this, I believe you could make this possible. I could have a direct mental connection to the person aboard. We can decide we can find out whether or not they're in mortal danger or they're in the hands of rescuers. This is life and death. May not be Starfleet, but I know my risks.
The doctor considers for a moment, and as an independent civilian, you do have that right. But you do understand that you will not have the, I suppose we shall say, safety net of additional psionic fortification.
Fortune favors the bold, Doctor. I didn't get this far by being cautious.
For profit.
For enlightenment. It used to be for profit. And then I ran into the galactic barriers.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
Enlightened profit.
Enlightened profits. That's good.
He considers for a moment, and then he stands up and says, "No, I will not do it."
Well, on the plus, we don't have to consider the weapon. The doctor will just simply let my mind melt if everything goes wrong. So we can do the mind melt then. Unless me simply asking about it
Very
offended you. Well, offend you is a strong word to say it to a Kolinar master.
She says, you could not possibly cause me offense. But you can subject yourselves to risks that are too extreme for my participation.
Hmm.
But since you are not doing that, I will assist.
Fulmint, 6 threat.
Yeah. Sorry, it's. I was considering it, and then I read his value. Don't fly too close to the sun.
I had considered spending threat to make you trust me on this and say, everything's fine. I'll be fine. I have complete control. Trust me.
Oh my god, you're asking me to. One of you is trying to avoid the rep ding. One of you is trying to ask for all of the rep dings at once. Just court martial me. Or not even in Starfleet, but court martial me. I dare you.
Just
We are going
wreck
to
me.
press you into Starfleet just to court martial you because of how badly you messed up.
Go ahead.
Field.
Is that the result?
Trying to think if there's any other way I can dig my way out of this. Is CN considered to be assisting me?
Uh,
Or is she more of a trait that's helping me out?
Oh, well, first of all, you could use her like you suggested and suppress the complication.
Oh yeah, that's happening. That part's happening.
Oh, but you're trying to figure out how to succeed.
Yeah.
Okay. No, she is helping. She is providing the help she is capable of. She doesn't have any ability to alter your telepathic abilities. She is a Quillinar master who can help you from losing control of your emotions.
That said, can I assist from a medical standpoint, monitoring Sabira's condition?
You are even less capable than CN of affecting the outcome here, because
Fair enough.
the doctor could only help if there were complications that were going to hurt Sabira. That's not the case at the moment.
And, well, the last long-range throw I'll get at this, does my trait of being a trans-dimensional energeticist help me in any way?
I don't. If you had some device or something, maybe.
I have the scanner, but that's about it.
It's not designed. It's not designed
It's not
to be
designed for
useful
that,
here,
yeah.
and you didn't try to use it in this. So,
That will be a whiff.
you could succeed at complication.
Yep.
All right. In Verney, you can feel someone else talking to you in your mind.
Oh.
Currently find yourself isolated in a metal room with no features.
Oops,
Not wide enough for you to do anything other than sit down in. So maybe 2 feet by 2 feet by 6 feet.
Oh, that is uncomfortable. Lovely. Hi. Yes, what? Okay, what is this?
I am Sabira Serene aboard the Thralic. I need to know what happened. I need to tell your Commodore what's happened. What's happening to you.
The ship hasn't been playing mind games with me until now, has it?
No, not mind games.
I had to check.
I will tell you what Inverni knows. Inverni detected the minefield, moved in to investigate the large ship that was motionless, and the ship attempted to tractor you, and you resisted. It turned into a fight, which you had no hope of winning, but you were able to delay a little bit, but not by much because your ship just isn't that tactically capable. That was the result of your failure. They might have gotten here while you were still surveying and before you had been attacked, but your failure meant that you had to try to outfight them and you couldn't.
Yep.
And then you found yourself here, likely by some transportation technology, but you're not sure. And at this point, Inverni is not aware that anyone else of anyone else's status other than their own. That like you can't communicate or see anyone else.
I'm in a metal box with no devices.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you have your tricorder and phaser, but
I've got a tricorder.
they haven't been useful in any meaningful way.
Lovely, yes.
Which I'm sure all of that is communicated to Cian. Cian.
He is. He's no real reason to keep anything from her. I assume he's aware of who she is.
Yes.
Being able to communicate with anyone else in the crew? I don't know if you have your hand communicator.
It has proved ineffective.
Yeah, no, nothing works.
Oh.
Be that for whatever reason, I can't quite determine.
They work. They just don't you can't detect anything or communicate with anything outside of the cell.
Like they work, but not in the manner like they're not getting anywhere. So that's what
They're
I mean
not
by they
getting
don't
anywhere,
work. Yeah. They're ineffective. There we go. How's that for better wording?
Can I speak in the real world, or am I locked into psychic mode?
You could communicate things to CN.
Tien, can you speak to people outside of us? I can only talk to you and Inverni right now.
She says, yes, she can.
And I will relay everything Inverni just told me. Any orders or assistance from your lovely wife would be likely appreciated by Commander Inverni.
Cian will call up to the bridge and transfer all of that information to Solaris.
I'm a subspace conduit.
Exposition.
Yeah. All right. With that information, does that assist Ivanov in being able to get a sensor lock on Inverni or any other member of the group?
That they're in.
I would need to ask first if there's anything else you do as a part of the telepathic connection before we do anything else.
A question.
If you're waiting for. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just thinking, since one thing I might be able to ask Inverni to do is maybe he does have his equipment with him, so it's possible he may be able to make his signal stronger if you would like him to do that. I didn't want to suggest it without checking with the Commodore if that was okay.
It is, as a science officer, it's reasonable to assume Inverni has done that and it has failed.
Oh, well. Commander, this is... Take comfort that we're doing our best to rescue you, and that a goodly portion of your crew has survived. Some are missing. We do not know what happened to them. Here's the ship is being disassembled. We're not sure why. So, have hope.
As the telepathic connection wanes, Solaris, you can see as you approach, Andromeda has been fully broken up, and there is only the basic parts of the hull left.
No, Solaris is a good logical Vulcan. She does not she does not form emotional attachments, but she still has enough fondness for that ship that it is discomforting to see its destruction at the hands of a force so powerful. So she does, look at it and feel that pain internally, if not externally. And she says, mumbles something to herself about how they have to do everything they can to rescue the crew.
So we know fighting is not much of an answer for them, and one risks having the entire ship be confined into those crawl spaces. It may behoove you, Commodore, to consider grabbing who you can and running, or a rather unspeakable alternative, to prioritize your ship and crew. I am going to lie down in sickbay for a bit. Unless you have any orders for me, Commodore.
I do not.
Doctor, I'd like one of your sick beds. I do not know what that did to me, and I'd like to find out if anything bad happened to me in that connection.
Of course.
Nothing else, you should give a detailed brain scan. Who knows what we can discover from this encounter. I do wonder where the other guards of this cage are. Supposed to be 4. I only see 1. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Feels like a reversal to me.
Uh-oh.
Or it could just be buying a lot of ships. I'm sure those are all friendly fighters. They're here to give us welcome presents. Gobbo tables.
It's part of their tradition to deploy many small craft, each one equipped with its own multi-present launcher.
Just launches big boxes. What are they firing at us? Cardboard. In decorative paper. Unfortunately, our deflector shields are vaporizing them, so I think we're in combat, but I don't think we're in danger.
They must be really desperate. They're deploying the tinsel field.
Oh no, it's garbling the sensor. It's flat. Chaff, rather. Uh-oh. One of them blew up. I don't know. Oh god. No.
Trying to maximize all the threat going away.
That's
so, the complication that was accepted is that you have been identified as a threat. So, on screen, Solaris, as you're confirming orders with others, the Fleet Lieutenant Vorov kind of yells out, "Commodore, look!" as the Dreadnought starts slowly turning, and you can see it energizing the phaser arrays and its torpedo tubes coming online. At the same time, from one of the radiation clouds, something you had noticed but not looked into, you learn through scans that the Andromeda was disassembled so that the Dreadnought could create a swarm of nanites. And this during this time, the nanites have been unadulterated. They have started building ships, and so I purchased reinforcements.
Oh boy.
So there was a reversal combined with the purchase of reinforcements, and that's why I had to redo them. I was trying to maximize the threat spend.
All right.
So we are likely to pick up next week when the Thralic and the Tempest get to deal with a scale 7 ship, 2 scale 3s, and I believe 12 scale 1s. So good luck.
Well, fortunately, I am very good at starship combat now. I can't do it single-handedly, but I'm still good at it.
No, I mean, it definitely would be helpful.
Yeah.
Like helpfully informing the ship that was inquiring about scions that there is a scion on board.
Mm.
That kind of helpful.
Yeah, that seems helpful.
So that's all this week.
All right.
For everyone watching out there, thank you very much for watching. For those of you playing and running, thank you very much for doing so. And yeah, I'm gonna be thinking about my backup character next time. No, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. We'll figure it out. But we'll see you again next time. Bye.
Yeah, I do wish we moved that we moved a little bit quicker. Just Dolores had a lot of in-character reasons to be cautious and not fly immediately into the minefield, even if she, even if the player had decent reason to believe something like this was inside.
You not waiting for the other archers was a major decision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you had flown straight in when you got here and not given much other time for things to happen, you might have only had to deal with the Dreadnought.
Mm-hmm.
And you, even if you waited as long as you did,